Let's predict the match between Chelsea and Real Madrid in the second leg of the Champions League semi-final, starting on 5th May 2021. The match takes place at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea's home stadium. Chelsea is the same as last match, except for one player. No player is unable to play in a squad. Real Madrid has a change in the injured list. Rafael Varane, who suffered a leg injury after a recent league match, was newly added along with Lucas Vazquez and Dani Carvajal, who were previously on the list for long-term injuries. However, it is positive that Sergio Ramos, Ferland Mendy and Federico Valverde, who were on the injured list until the last match, returned to the squad. At home game against Fulham, played 4 days after the Champions League, Chelsea changed 5 players. It was a match against the relegation team, but to secure a stable position for the Champions League and close the gap with third place Leicester City, they had to bring both results and benefit. Nevertheless, conscious of the Champions League match, N'Golo Kante and Jorginho were both excluded from the start, and the result was a 2-0 won, and a draw from third place Leicester City reduced the point gap, which was the best result for Chelsea. It was a good week for Chelsea as they can play at home. On the other hand, Real Madrid had a similar situation to PSG, which was the previous fixture of Champions League match. It wasn't easy to play against Osasuna, a mid-table team in the league, because they are in second place in the league currently, 2 points behind Atletico Madrid. A total of 4 players changed from the previous match, and while maintaining the defensive line, central midfielders Toni Kroos and Luka Modric were given a break. Although they won a 2-0, it was a match where players used quite a bit of stamina, because the match was difficult until the first goal was scored in the 76 minutes. Although it was a match led by Real Madrid, it was a bad situation for them. The management of the match was not easy to give breaks to the top players, and that as a result, it was not possible to give Casemiro and Karim Benzema a break. It's also bad for Real Madrid to be unable to play in the second leg of the Champions League after the match, with the injuries of centre-back Rafael Varane after the match. Chelsea's lineup is expected to be the same as in the first match. Antonio Rudiger, Cesar Azpilicueta, Jorginho and Christian Pulisic, who took a break for the Champions League match, and N'Golo Kante, who played only 30 minutes, will all return to the starting lineup. Although they were disappointed in scoring rate, they do not have to change the lineup that showed good performance. Real Madrid will return to their best 4-3-3 formation. They will build the lineup considering the injured players and the players returning from injuries. But overall, there is a high probability that lineup will be based on experience. The place where Rafael Varane and Dani Carvajal are missing will be filled by Sergio Ramos and Marcos Asensio. However, there may be changes in the lineup depending on the level of injury of the returning players. If Sergio Ramos' muscle recovery is not enough, Nacho Fernandez will be the centre-back. And if the coronavirus affected less, Federico Valverde will be the starting player in the right-back position. In this match, both teams will face off the most fierce in the midfield area. In the last match, Chelsea midfielders dominated with their mobility against Real Madrid, who had difficulty adjusting due to the back three. However, Chelsea midfielders will likely not be strong, as efficient as the last match, because Real Madrid midfielders will return to the familiar formation, with the majority of Chelsea midfielders taking a break from the previous league match. How aggressive they are against Real Madrid and how they make mistakes will be an important part of Chelsea's game management. Chelsea's left wing-back area and Real Madrid's right full-back area will be the main part of this match. Christian Pulisic and Timo Werner will continue to attack the right side of Real Madrid, where the players continue to play due to the injuries. And Ben Chilwell's left space, which is the only one place in Chelsea's league match, has not been able to manage his stamina. Potential problems may happen in situations that require agility. The player to watch in Chelsea is Thiago Silva. Due to the circumstances of the match, there will be more defensive situations than in the first leg, and young players can easily get caught up in the atmosphere in this situation. Thiago Silva, who can calmly lead players in the big Champions League semi-finals, is important to Chelsea. Part of Thiago Silva's mission is to make sure that Ben Chilwell and Mason Mount's left side, which may be less aggressive, Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen, who may be less experienced and anxious, can play correctly. The key player of Real Madrid is Eder Militao. Real Madrid may lead the match in the second leg, but it's hard to think that Real Madrid, who haven't stamina enough, will have a lot of open chances. Real Madrid's best set-piece option is Eder Militao, except Sergio Ramos. It is also important to Eder Militao to maintain a sense of stability in the defense, as he is a style with many remarkable mistakes. The last Champions League match was a match where Real Madrid's back three gave Chelsea a lot of advantage. But in the away game, Real Madrid is likely to return to their best 4-3-3 formation. Players can play comfortably in a familiar formation, and Real Madrid will take the lead in the overall match. However, since Real Madrid's stamina is not as good as Chelsea's, it will give strength to a static attacking way, such as a set piece, rather than a way where players move a lot and try to score. It will be a match between Chelsea's mobility and Real Madrid's skill, and since it's a one-goal match, it's no exaggeration to say that everything depends on stable game management. Real Madrid will get chances of scoring goals with game management and set pieces, and Real Madrid is expected to go to the final with 1 point ahead of the score by 1-0 or 2-1.